Hi, my name's Dan Hess, and I am a director, videographer, and president of Two Tony Productions. First, I didn't really get started into film. The first thing I really wanted to do was when I got out of high school, I wanted to do pharmacy work, and I wanted to be a pharmacist. And I don't know, I got the schedule for school, and I remember looking at it and I was like, whoa, this is like, I had to take all this math and science. And once I got out of high school, I really learned that math and science were not my strong suits at all. The summer before I went into college, it was, I don't know, I guess it was a fairly good year for film. I mean, I remember seeing a lot of movies that year, and it was a lot of big changes that year. It was '08, back in '08, so that whole summer, I kind of found myself wanting to write and create things more than anything. Um, and I just felt like this creativity inside me that had always kind of been there growing up, because I always had like a giant imagination as a kid. I mean, so I just wanted to create. And at first, I just wanted to write. And I remember that summer I started writing some stuff, and I thought it was interesting, but I felt like I could express myself in a visual way better than I could. I could express myself really good writing, but I felt like I could just connect with people on a deeper level through film. When I was a sophomore in college, I really started getting into it. I got more into the writing side because I took a writing for film class, and that's when I decided to create my first short, which was entitled Abuse, which, looking back now, there was a lot of mistakes that I made, and there's a lot of problems that we had with the shooting. But I mean, it was a learning experience. I mean, it was a very rushed project. We wanted to meet deadlines and stuff like that. And I mean, while the story kind of came through okay, it just, I don't know, there's a lot of flaws, a lot of issues acting, first time for people, first time for me, really, first time for my old friend. But it was this amazing experience. It just felt so good to just sit there and see something that you envisioned in your head, that you came up with a story for. Just seeing it on the screen close to what you had in mind, it's really quite the amazing feeling. And I think after that, I kind of got hooked. I just wanted to keep creating, keep making. And that winter break, I remember I was trying to do a full-length film, and I think that was one of my biggest learning experiences, because it never quite actually happened, because I was working with a lot of like younger actors. I was working with my sister, trying to get her involved, and my little cousin. And working with little kids is not fun. It was definitely a pain in the ass, to say the least, just to try to get them to do scenes and try to get them to focus, especially when they were around each other. They just wanted to mess around and be goofy. And so that project never happened. That was entitled Pry. That was that project, but that never went according to plan. So then, this past semester, I worked on a couple things for school, and I finally got to get my hands on a prosumer type camera, and it was cool. It was a DVX 100, and just working with other people and seeing other people's visions on the screen was interesting, but a challenge too, because I think it brought me again to this level where I was like, wow, some people are making some really good stuff. I mean, on the other hand, some people are making some crappy stuff that, I mean, it's not their fault. Everybody's new. I mean, we all make crappy stuff. But I just feel like, for me, just every film that I've worked on has been such an experience, and I've learned so much. And then this summer with the True Doc series that I'm doing for YouTube specifically, it's definitely been a challenge, and it's been fun though, because just seeing these people's stories, and for me to kind of find almost a niche in documentary type work. I mean, it's really cool. My fear is is that I'm gonna be this guy who's like 35, 40 years old, still stuck in the same spot he is now, where he's at home, not where he needs to be, not where he wants to be, just still doing these little projects and these little side jobs for, spare change compared to what he puts out on equipment. And I mean, it's scary to think about that. I consider myself so lucky is because my girlfriend that you've seen in like all of my work, Ashley Seville, I mean, she's been this amazing help for me. And like every time we do a scene together, or she's in my films, she takes the time, she talks about each scene with me, we talk it out, we make sure everything's good. And whenever I'm filming, she's always there to help me out, to see if a performance is too awkward or it's too forced or it just doesn't sound right, because doing camera work and trying to direct can be kind of tricky, and not really having a lot of knowledge in acting, I miss a lot. And if it wasn't for her, I think I wouldn't be able to catch half the stuff that she picks up, because I just don't see it. And it's really because I'm still learning a lot, but I think if it wasn't for her help there, I'd be a lot more lost right now. It's going to be a big struggle, but you got to keep knocking at the door if you expect someone to open it. And that's what I want to keep doing until that door finally opens for me.